Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is AMG Talk. This is Catherine Gallagher. Welcome, and thanks for joining me today. When was the last time you had that moment? The kind of moment I had today, that's the kind of moment I'm talking about. Where you thought, this was a brilliant day. The last few hours, I've really enjoyed. You see, I switched off all of my notifications. I'd booked in advance to go out and go for afternoon tea with someone. You're like, afternoon tea, Catherine? Yes, no judgment. I booked afternoon tea. Occasionally I go for afternoon tea. It tends to be with like my sister or, one of my friends, right? And I'd booked it some time ago. And it's usually Central Hotel, it's the Ivy, or it's somewhere like that. Usually there's some kind of incentive or whatever. And I was like, so looking forward to this because I knew that round about this time it would be well needed. And today arrived and I was really looking forward to it. So we got the train in and we got into the city centre and we wandered round some of the shops. I did a lot of window shopping, by the way. And it was raining a bit, but we didn't really care, right? That's what hoods are for. People say it's raining, I say get a hood. Get a brolly, an umbrella. Right? I don't mind the rain. It was raining. And we wandered in the shops. And then it was time for us to go for the afternoon tea. And we went a bit early. And the staff were like, no problem, come on in, your table's ready for you. And tea or coffee, what would you like? They said, you can have as much tea or coffee as you like. And I said, oh, I like this is nice. And then they brought the tray with the afternoon tea. And many of you will be saying, yeah, I know what that's like. Some of you might be going, what's the afternoon tea, right? What's that about? So you get, the silverware and it's all kind of quite fancy and you get different trays, stacked on top of each other. The lower level tends to be sandwiches and then you tend to have the scones, right? And then you have, small cakes. And it was very nice. It was lovely, right? But the conversation was what made it. It was just really fun. It was just relaxed. We just chilled out. Time went by really quickly. The staff didn't rush us at all. It was really nice. And we just had a good blather, a good chat, right? And I looked around and realised there's quite a lot of people there already with, and most of them were like women sitting together or, there was like a woman with a young boy and there was one table with family, but they weren't having afternoon tea, right? They were having some kind of lunch, I think. But it was a really quiet atmosphere. It was just really chilled. Sometimes you go to places and there's lots of noise and lots of chatter, but it wasn't like that. It was a very quiet, very civilised. And at the end of it, as we were leaving, we were like, that was so nice. And I think it was just what we needed. When you have, this is why I'm saying this is why I've come on to talk. When you have these experiences where something happens and you go, this is just what we needed. And it came around just at the right time. It was exactly what we needed. It just recharged us and energised us. And when we have times like that, when we're fully in the moment And we were really grateful, right? You've heard me talking, if you listen to my episodes, you've heard me talking about gratitudes, right? And we're really grateful. We're really mindfully present. We're in the moment, right? We were totally caught up in what we were doing. We're sitting having what sandwich are you having? Oh, right, I've not tasted that one yet. What does it taste like? Oh, I don't think I'll like that one. What about this one? Oh, you'll really like that one. Will you have that one then? Do you think I'll like that one? I'm not really sure. Have you had the currant scone or have you had the plain scone? I've had the plain scone. Well, you have the plain scone. There's two of them. Okay, right. And we were sitting having this real negotiation about the different foods and what was happening and what we were doing. It was a lot of fun, I have to say. You're probably sitting there thinking, what? But it was great fun. Very civilised, very relaxed and quite enjoyable. But the conversation, it was just, we talked about everything, to be honest with you. And I'm not telling you what we talked about because, quite honestly, you probably wouldn't be interested. But also, I'm sure the person I was with would not be pleased if I was telling you all their business. So we were chatting away. And when we left, we were like, that was really good. Really enjoyed that. And we were just kind of reflecting, the time of year and just kind of getting back to, going back to work now. I'm self-employed, right? So, I have like some time off, but a lot of the time it's not, you're always thinking, you're always processing. There's always things that you're in the pipeline, that kind of thing. So you don't necessarily always switch off 100%. But I'm quite good at managing my time and relaxing. And today was one of those days that I had planned for, and it was really good. But I wonder, as you're listening to this, when was the last time that you had some experience that you shared? Or maybe it was on your own, where you thought, this is exactly what I needed. When I talk to people about times like this, it might be maybe when I went on holiday, Catherine, or it might be, I took off and I went for a drive in my car, or it might be I went and sat in the cinema and I watched a film that I'd been really looking forward to. It might be having a conversation just like I did. It might be travelling and seeing something that you've always wanted to see, or going to a museum. Sometimes we can be completely caught up, recharged and energised by an experience that we're inspired by. But having these moments, we often don't have them often enough. And sometimes we don't appreciate them as much as we really could. And when I practice gratitude daily, I always take the time to reflect on the moments, the times, the experiences that have been meaningful. Even if they've been challenging. But when they've been like this experience, where it was really fun, really enjoyable, the conversation, the company and everything, I like to make sure that I reflect on what it felt like and the significance of it. I wonder, can you think back to when you had a moment like that for you? Was it today? A couple of days ago? Last week? Was it reading a book and being so immersed and so engrossed in it? Was it watching a series of, a film or episodes that you really enjoyed and coming out thinking, that was great, that was so exciting, I really enjoyed that? Or was it something that you've been doing as a hobby or interest and you really are passionate about it. Or having that conversation with someone that you left and you said, I haven't laughed so much and so hard. And that was such fun. Small things, small moments, times like this. That's what makes life meaningful. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Having these times that we share, these connections that we make, and these joyful moments that we can have.